Want to welcome everyone to Global FX Radio YouTube website, youtube.com/voice of Forex. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton, with an early morning edition. Non-farm payroll preview. Oh, baby. What a day we have ahead. We got the vote. We had Palin doing good and Biden. I thought Biden did terrible. I thought he was stiff. But I agree, though. Too many living and too much, a little bit too hickish for me on Palin. That was the only criticism I would have of her. Otherwise, I thought she held the ground very well, appeared very much informed. So, we have the euro-dollar chart right here in front of you. Basically, it looks to me like we did break this whole downtrend channel. You look, the 10, 20, 30 EMA is starting to turn up. And this 139 level is huge. If we stay above this 139 level for more than an hour and we really turn, we could see a push up to 140, but this is going to be a momento de juego. Game time. Big spot here. Yes, we did have retail sales coming out better than expected. The Eurozone, we predicted that because Germany was better, much better. Only up 0.3 though. But non-farm payroll, Gartman has his estimate at 175. The estimate's up to 110 now. So I think it's going to be an abomination. They're going to try and blame all these different things, hurricanes, what have you, catastrophes. But right now, as we're looking right now, the euro-dollar looks like it may have turned. Obviously, we do have a shooting star here. And again, we broke this last night in Asia. We didn't roll over and double bottom. You got to be aware of this when this happens and look to maybe minimize damage and get out. I mean, we were short the euro at a good level last night, but you don't want to be short this thing going into this event. It looks to I'd rather be on the sidelines and react to the news after the event. But to take this into this event, I don't know. Euro looks like it's crossing to the upside again. I've been very nervous about being long the dollar. And given the action, again, this makes sense to me that the dollar would be weakening ahead of this event. The carry trade being strong, that's surprising. But we'll get to that in a second. Look at this dollar-yen chart in a nice downtrend channel on the hourly. We got short up here. We had a nice entry order at 45, but I'm still not that happy with this. I mean, again, if the number comes out good, dollar-yen's going to explode. But I would imagine that the number's going to be weak. So this would probably be drifting lower into the event. So dollar-yen looking like in a nice downtrend channel. Taking out previous day lows is always a good thing. And again, with the S&Ps basically being up, carry trade's up a little bit, but again, it's more dollar-yen not really that weak. Well, it's the opposite of what we've been seeing. We've been seeing euro-dollar disaster, dollar-yen basically up a little bit to down. Now we're seeing the euro-dollar up and the dollar-yen barely down. So again, this dollar-yen looking like it's in a nice downtrend channel ahead of non-farm payroll. And again, a much weaker number. Dollar-yen should get hit nicely. Cable dollar also breaking this whole downtrend channel. Multiple downtrend channel lines are being broken last night. Same one like the euro. Being broken. This one over here. So should we take out 177.30, this would be a big breakout. Now, could I see some sort of a breakout where we get up to maybe even 178 on a horrible number and then reverse? Absolutely. But cable, I would say a possible price target for cable going after the event, 178. But do not be surprised to see a reversal. To think that this market, this dollar, is basically done now, and this is the beginning of a dollar bear market, or in the short term at least, I don't know. That's a tough call. Euro sterling getting a little bit of a bounce. But again, I think it's just a shorting opportunity. I think euro sterling would have to break this whole downtrend channel line. And you see the 10, 20, 30 coming right up to the 30 exponential. I mean, this euro sterling, euro pound, You know, it would have to get over 78.90 for me to really get nervous on this trade. But nice shooting star here, nice bearish engulfing bar, touching the 30 exponential. I think this now maybe makes a run. You had it. It had its bounce. It's broken down, right? 78.50, big resistance now. If euro sterling's going in the toilet, this euro dollar should be the relative strength loser. And should the dollar reverse to the upside, this is the first one you want to be in, especially if euro sterling melts down, which I think, again, after non-farm payroll, watch this euro sterling. After the big numbers like this, we tend to see euro sterling gapping 20 pips in one direction. So that's going to dictate the direction of euro yen, sterling dollar, and euro dollar. Euro yen hourly chart, again, not breaking the downtrend channel line. Still in a downtrend channel. We can rally all the way to 140, what is that, 146.80. And euro yen would still be a short. Is it a bottom? No freaking way. Even looking at the daily chart, let's take a look at the daily. Do we see like a hammer? Do we see any sort of a shooting star hammer? Well, as of right now, we're going into the event like we thought. Doji, unchanged, nothing. Took out previous day low. Now look, could this be a bottom if we close today? If we close the day right here, I'll be calling for a bottom. For a nice little bounce. It's not over. This day is so far from over, people. I mean, listen, if it's a better number, you probably have a nice carry trade rally. But, and again, the problem with Fridays is people tend not to want to go home short. Remember, when you're short a stock or a future, it's an unlimited loss and limited gain. So risk reward, you know, the markets tend not to go out on Fridays like at the lows, especially given yesterday, going out at the lows relatively. So I would imagine that the stock market, should it be down, should it gap higher and then go negative, at some point maybe makes a little bit of a comeback. But it's not over. The carry trade, it's far from over. Liquidity, there's still disasters all over the place. Hedge funds, interesting, now my newsletter I spoke about hedge funds, and now people are talking about the results of hedge funds, i.e. read Gartman today. I think Gartman's getting my newsletter. I'm beating him to the punch, baby. Sterling yen, hourly, daily chart also, a doji, possible double bottom. It's got to get over 87 though. Looking at the hourly chart, it had a nice spike up, but that's about it. Did it break the whole downtrend channel? Almost. No, just about. We're right there. Again, should 185 give way? Sterling yen, bye-bye. And again, something like, I guess, 184.50. But this thing's rolling over as we speak. LIBOR making new highs. I mean, you can even make a case for head and shoulders on the hourly. I mean, here's your neckline. It's not pretty looking head and shoulders, and I like to get more of a right shoulder here. You know, but, you know, more of a right shoulder bounce to 190, but this looks terrible. And again, if you have any questions about any aspect of my business, feel free to email me at info@globalfxradio.com. My broadcast on Global FX Radio, I switched to a new program, so I had to convert it to an MP3. I forgot. So it was a WAV file, so some of you couldn't listen to it. But you do have yesterday's broadcast. I converted it. Again, to recap, I think this dollar sell-off is a nice fake out. I think we could certainly go higher on the euro and sterling, but I think that we reverse. It doesn't look like any capitulation bottom. It doesn't look like there's a low. Banks are still not lending to each other. People want their money back. Panic is still the order of the day. Yes, the bailout's going to be approved, but it just looks to me, again, like this is a sucker's rally. We did predict that the dollar would probably sell off a little bit ahead of this negative news coming out. But given the fact that we've already rallied a little bit, the dollar sold off a little bit, and if it sells off even more after it, could be an interesting day. Andrew Spanton, Global FX Radio, Daily FX contributor, voice of Forex. with a non-farm payroll preview. It's going to be a disaster. Have a good one.